Okay, so I made a tier list about all the megas in Pokemon Champions, right? And I got a lot of flack for how bad my tier list is and how I should kill myself for making it. And I think that's not very. I think I should justify myself. So I'm going through every Pokemon real quick to tell you why they're there. Drampa is just bad. It's not strong enough to do anything majorly. Berserk is not a good ability. Phalanx is mid as fuck. It doesn't do anything really. Meowstic is a worse Alakazam. Like, the stats don't matter up. Trace is a horrible ability. Halucha is a gimmick Pokemon with no god entrainment. It's not gonna do anything really. It doesn't put out enough damage. It's not bulky enough to do anything. It doesn't have any good support moves. It literally works on one team. And Mega Glade is worse than regular Glade by a lot because it doesn't have sharpness. This is a joke. This is a Blizzard spam bot who doesn't do anything else because Protein really cucks it. This would be good if every one of its stats had like 20 more. Absol is Absol. And this is generally worse than the base form because the base form can hold an item. This is a Calm Mind bot and it's bad at it. This is also a Calm Mind bot and it's bad at it. This is the worst Trick Room Mega after Drampa in the entire game. This is just worse than Mega Metacam right now. And this is Meta Metacam and it's worse than Mega Mawile right now. Aggron is basically just the worst Steelix in every way, except typing. Mega Lopunny is placed wrong and should be up here. I will talk about it later when I'm here. Dragalge just got cucked. Losing adaptability and getting Regenerator is good for singles. It's not great for doubles VGC. Sableye as well, great singles mega. I love it on stall. It's horrible in VGC. Sharpedo is worse than its base form because its base form can hold a sash. Altaria is a worse version of Sylveon. This guy could be good if he was 10 points slower or if he was 20 points faster. Mega Meganium dies to one poison jab. This Blaziken again is worse than its base form with a Life Orb or a Sash. Mega Sceptile, I know it got buffed. I don't think it's worth it. Earth Power is not that big of a buff. Mega Pinsir just dies to all the Rock Slides in the game. It has the Charizard problem, but it's not Charizard, right? This is literally worse in every way than Mega Clefable. It has a worse typing for this format. It doesn't put out any damage. Its ability gets worse when Mega Evolving. This doesn't have any stats. It's hard. It doesn't have any stats, doesn't have anything. This also doesn't have any stats. It takes Fake Out Chunk. I don't respect Pokemon that take Fake Out Chunk. Why would you use this when you can use all the other fire types? Mega Lucario puts out a lot of damage. It's very frail. It doesn't do a lot. It's only really here because it can put out good damage and be fast, right? Mega Melamar can skill swap contrary onto Golden Go. That's the only thing it does, but it's pretty good at that. And after that, it can still put out good offense with superpower and knockoff because you can skill swap before you Mega, and then when you Mega, you get contrary back, which is pretty nice. Victory Bell only has the niche of killing Charizard with enough HP investment. Alakazam, Expanding Force if you have a Prankster Meowstic next to it. This is just Sylveon, but it's a bit better because it's a Mega. Scolipede is a setup beast if you have like 4 free turns, but you don't have 4 free turns, so it's not really that good. And this guy has Stalwart, which normally would be pretty good, right? But we don't have any real follow me Pokemon or Rage Powder Pokemon in the meta right now. And even if, I don't think the ability makes up for the not so good stats. Banette is actually kinda interesting. I would wanna put it higher because it's got Poltergeist, right? So I think with Poltergeist it does a lot more than it did before. That's why it isn't in the kill yourself tier. If you look at the big picture, Prankster is nice, but you're still dying to one Sucker Punch. Double Intimidate is great, especially because a lot of good megas are physical right now. Kangaskhan, Garchomp, Swampert, all these. Best megas are of course special, that's why it's only here. It also dies to any fairy type ever created, and especially with Void running around, this is horrible for everyone. A Mega Slowbro, if Urshifu was here, this would be the Urshifu counter. Urshifu is not here. Excadrill is mostly just worse than its base form, but it can be good if you run a sand team with a second mode that doesn't rely on sand. Electros is a potential mon. Potentially, it can put out huge amounts of damage, right? Elevate is really funny. It's really strong, but Electros is just not that guy. Camerupt is a cool Trick Room Pokemon, but most of the time you would prefer Torkoal because Torkoal is not a mega and it does similar amounts of damage. This Ember is a Tail Room Pokemon. There's not a good Tail Room team with this guy. And if you want to use Tail Room, there's gonna be better options. But he does do things. He has Sucker Punch. He has Mold Breaker, which is not good right now because no real immunity Pokemon are here. Does do good damage. its speed is a bit awkward to play around. Chandler has great damage output with 175 special attack. And because they added Grimmsnarl, there's a lot more screens going around. Before, screens were only used on Rain. Now they're used on almost everything because Grimmsnarl is very strong. Grimmsnarl is a very good Pokemon. And this guy just completely ignores screens and does a lot of damage. It's a Rain Mega, but we have a better Rain Mega now, so it's still good, but why would you use it? A Rock type. Ooh. I have better Poison type Megas right now. Being a Poison type is still very good right now. This guy is the most potential mon ever. Because yeah, he's the only terrain setter, but what is he gonna do with these stats? He's not gonna do anything. Mega Barbasnow is a trick room Pokemon like Camera, but there's just better options, right? I believe that this guy could win something, right? But only on one specific team. And even then, I don't think that specific team is gonna be good. And this guy is crazy and Sun. He does a huge amount of damage, but he is very unreliable. And he's a Fire Normal type, which is not that good of a typing. This guy is Emboar if he was good, because he's also a Tail Room Mega, who can also just be good out of Tail Room with Shell Smash. Very good Pokemon, very reliable, Fake Out, Shell Smash, Aura Sphere, Dark Pulse, Water Spout, whatever you want, this guy has it. This is also a Trick Room Mega. It's better than the others because electric types are just way better right now because none of the best Pokemon resist electric. The only one that's immune are Swampert and Garchomp, and Swampert is a rain Pokemon and normal Garchomp is running around a lot, but most of them you can always hit the partner if there's not a Raichu around. I know there's a lot of Raichus right now, but that's just new toy syndrome. Gyarados, always good, bulky, can set up, do huge amounts of damage. I respect him, but he's not good enough, right? I don't know where to rank these. Steelix matches up very well in the meta right now because he one-shots most Archaludon. He has White Guard. He has good typing. He generally matches up very well in the meta. He is very good. I think there has to be like 1 or 2 players who make Steelix and Steelix shine. Same with Raichu Y. I think Raichu Y could be very good. Maybe I have underrated it here, but in the grand scheme of things, right, you don't hear a Pokemon that dies to 1 Sucker Punch plus Fake Out or 1 Aqua Jet plus Sucker Punch, right? I don't respect this guy just because he dies to everything. And next, Barbaracle. Barbaracle is a very weird Pokemon because he only works into like 3 of the best he works into Charizard, Frostlass, Delphox, Aerodactyl, Staraptor, Gengar and stuff, but he doesn't really work into the others because the others hack onto him. So he only works on a team with a secondary Mega that fixes all his weaknesses, and he needs some form of either redirection or friend guard support because he has to get up Shell Smash or to hit twice because his speed tier is very weird if you don't have Shell Smash up. Scizor is a very good Pokemon. I respect it a lot. It's a Rain Mega. Same with Venusaur. Venusaur is just a bit better because it's bulkier and only being weak to flying. And Psychic is very good when there's only 2 Pokemon that really put out these damage. Because Charizard is never using Air Slash. Like, being for real, Charizard is never using Air Slash. Staraptor, a Rain team just wins against Staraptor because you have Thunder Spam, right? Like, this guy doesn't have to worry about the best Megas. And Scizor still kinda has to worry about Charizard, Metagross. But Scizor has a way better matchup into shit like Frostlass, which I respect a lot. If you want to build a Rain team, you go Swampert and then one of these guys. I really like. Abominable is the best Trick Room Mega in my opinion, after Mawile of course, but that's Mawile. He does a huge amount of damage, he can heal with Drain Punch, he has priority. He can even hit Basque Legion if you give him knockoff. He's really, really hard to play, just because he's a single target Mega, and you would rather have a Mega that hits both sides, like Rock Slide, Dazzling Gleam, Heat Wave, Blizzard, but he still does a huge amount of damage. I would prefer Mawile nowadays, but the problem with Mawile is, right, Mawile is a Steel type, and there's lots of good Steel types right now, and if you don't want to use Mawile on your hard Trick Room team, Chrominable is the best option because all the other Trick Room Megas falter when Mega Crabominable exists. Mega Tita is just Tyranitar but better, and you can recall Sand, which is pretty nice. Scolipede, that's not fucking Scolipede. Scovillain, horrible Pokemon, great ability. What else is there to say? Burning everything on the field is really fucking good while having redirection support. I love this guy. Mega Kangaskhan, people are underrating Mega Kangaskhan. This guy does so much damage into all of the huge Mega threats. I think Fake Out into like Floette does like, I think 30. I think Fake Out does 30 and then you kill next turn. This guy does huge amounts of damage. You can either go Fake Out Last Resort, or you can go Fake Out Low Kick, Sucker Punch, Protect. There's so many sets you can go with Mega Kangaskhan. Gengar has its own fucking archetype built around it. Like, you cannot play Perish Trap without Gengar, and Perish Trap just won a regional. It is the other format, but I think even with all these new Megas that I think last season Mega Gengar was higher, way higher, but because we added Mawile, we added Metagross, we added Staraptor, Swampert, I think it's worse now, especially with Grimmsnarl running around and Golden Goat and Nightype not being able to be trapped. but still, I think this guy can still, he's gonna win another tournament. I can say it. Mega Garchomp, most Garchomps don't run a max speed anymore, right? You don't really need to invest in speed more. You wanna be bulky, and Mega Garchomp does that so well. He is way bulkier. You can even use him without megaing, right? That's why he is, I think, the best secondary mega, after Aerodactyl, of course, but it's Aerodactyl, come on. He's the best secondary mega after Aerodactyl. Great outside of room, he's great inside of Tailwind, he's great in general, he does huge amounts of it, and the things this guy tanks physically is great. I think this guy lives adaptability, last respects, 200 power, and that's crazy for a mega, like for Garchomp. Garchomp is an offensive Pokemon, and you do so much damage back. You have coverage for like almost every time. This guy is really good. Swampert is literally the thing Rain teams needed. You needed Swampert. Rain was good before with Arceolon and stuff, but you didn't really have a good mega that could sweep. Venusaur and Scizor, Dragonite were always good, right? But they couldn't sweep. Now you have Swampert with Wave Crash that almost annihilates every Pokemon on the field. You really need to intimidate cycle Swampert for it to be bad, and then it gets flip turn and it switches out. Swampert is really good. It has Earthquake, it has Wave Crash. It's a really, yeah. What else can I say? What else can I say about Swampert? It's the mega. Staraptor might be a bit high. I think Staraptor will fall off the more we get to learn. Like, it just gets one shot by most of these Pokemon, right? It dies to Floette, it dies to Frostlass, dies to Charizard, it dies to Delphox. But if you have any of these megas down here, this guy could just ruin your day. Because there's few things that actually one-shot this after one close combat. And if you have good enough support, like a Sinistcha, like a Mousehold, like any form of redirection, this guy can live for long enough to get such high defense that you need a crit to win. I think all these Scarf Staraptors with Final Gambit are a bit overkill, because you don't need that. You don't need that, right? It's not that not big of a mega threat, but it could be good. I think it's never going to win a tournament. I think it's going to top cut one, right? I think it's going to top cut a tournament. I don't think it's going to ever win one, because it's really easy to plan around if you know what's coming, right? I think it's better in close team sheets, 1v1s, like a hell of a lot better, because you have less time to play around it. Aerodactyl is the best secondary mega in the game. You can use it as a mega, you can use it as a base form. It outspeeds Scarf Bascule Legion. It's so fast. It always gets up Tailwind. It does so much damage. It one-shots fucking this guy. It one-shots this guy. It's so unbelievably strong. I think even though people have started dropping it off, you still need to respect it. It's a very good mega. Same with Delphox. Delphox, very strong fire type. Just worst Charizard can set up. This needs more setup, I think. Like, it needs more support, but it can be stronger. I don't like the Psychic type, but I have to respect it, right? I have to respect it as a Pokemon. It's technically just worst. So, Mawile is the new Trick Room Mega, and the only thing holding it back is that it's a Steel type, and you want all of these Steel types. You want Aegislash, you want Golden Go, you want Metagross. There is so many Steel types you want to play right now, and Mawile is just doubling out on the typing. And you already have like 2 Steel types. You don't want 3 Steel types, right? Like, stacking 1 or 2 types like is okay. It's basically a must, right? It's not bad. It's pretty good most of the time. Frostlass is very strong. Blizzard is very good. Aurora Veil is very good. Snow is really strong. It's a really strong defensive buff it gets. It can live a lot of stuff with this Snow plus Aurora Veil buff, even though these stats are not very good, right? I don't respect Frostlass's defensive stats, but it does a huge amount of damage. It has coverage to all shits. It's actually pretty good. Floette is Floette. I think I might have fucked up here. I think Floette should move up. Metagross is not the beast that I remember it being. Maybe because it doesn't have Heavy Slam. Maybe if it had Heavy Slam, I think that would be better here. But without Heavy Slam, I think it should move down. Anyways, same with the Mega Metagross. Mega Metagross does so much damage. And it tanks everything. This guy, okay, the big thing here is, you need to run it Adamant. I know Jolly and the fact of it speeding a lot of threats is very, very nice. In my head, it was also very, oh yeah, we outspeed Charizard. Oh my god, yeah. No, you want Adamant. You want that massive damage output. You one-shot Mega Mawile. You one-shot Mega Frostlass. You one-shot Mega Floette. You one-shot everyone in the top 3 with either like Stomping Tantrum, Iron Head, or Rock Slide. These are like 3 very strong moves. Psychic Fangs, if you want to run 4 attacks, or you can change it up. Like, you can go Bullet Punch. This guy fucks. This guy just fucks. He fucks. Okay, as the king of the meta, it's gonna be Mega Charizard. Why? It sets up its own sun. It does huge amounts of damage. It's pretty fast. It's a fucking flying type. The only thing holding it back is that it's a 4 times rock week, right? But like, that doesn't matter, it's Charizard, why? We need Assault Vest. Like, if we got Assault Vest, I don't think he would be here. Or like, if we got Choice Specs, I don't think he would be here. But like, Lorb is not gonna cut it. I just think Mega Charizard is gonna stay here until September. I forgot to rank 3 Pokemon, so let's do a speedrun. Mega Feraligator's Dix. What is this guy even supposed to do? Double Edge, Dragon type, it's nice, but you're killing yourself. It's too slow to do anything and it dies to any real threat. Mega Stabby has potential, but I don't see the potential. It dies to almost every sucker punch in the game. It's not fast enough, it's not strong enough. I don't like it, the typing is awkward. I don't like that it's a mixed attacker. But even then I can't put it out of usable tier, so it's unusable. Mega Lopunny is right next to Pyro. Mega Lopunny is nice at Fake Out. It's a scrappy Fake Out, so you can actually hit ghost types. You can one-shot Golden Go. You hit a lot of Pokemon really hard, but you're very frail. Your typing is not that good. Thank you for listening to my tier list. I hope I could justify all my placements. Cheers!